Okay, it is cold outside, no getting around that, but the good news is before we know it, those spring months are going to be here with the warm weather that goes right along with it. Matt Jeffrey is here with Chattanooga Floor Care, and he's going to tell you some things now to get you through the winter and also look ahead to spring. So good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations. 10 years this year is your anniversary year.
10 years in business, so we're excited about that. You know, what comes with 10 years is, you know, we'd have a lot of experience, you know, and because of that, we got to decide how we use that experience.
So as we talk, let me kind of do some bragging for you, and then you can graciously accept. Is that fair?
Okay, sure.
So we're going to talk today about how he can bring his expertise to your home, whether that's your pool deck, your patio, garage, basement floor. But think about places you've walked in town, and chances are you've walked on Chattanooga Floor Care's work. So begin to do your list of places where people can experience your work.
Sure, yeah, we're lucky to have worked with a lot of really good partners, and that's really what it is. It's a partnership because everybody has a different need. And so we don't necessarily know everybody's need until we get to know them, and they know their need better than anybody. But we've worked with a lot of different hospital groups. Erlanger, we've done over hundreds of bathrooms for them to help with, you know, moisture and slip resistance, all the way down to just making something look beautiful. We've done a lot for Macaulay. We've done a lot for Chattanooga Golf and Country Club. So Need Loves Bakery, Common House, you name it, you've probably walked on it. So we've done a lot of floors.
So I will confess that my thought was going kind of to the vanity idea first, the look of it.
Sure.
But when you talked about Erlanger and you mentioned their bathroom specifically, it was to be slip resistant. So you've brought with you some examples of things, and I guess that on this concrete piece here, it's two different ways of treating. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, so everybody has, like I said, a different need. And even if it's a residential patio or a sidewalk, the client themselves might have a different need for it, you know? So anything from slip resistance to, you know, getting moisture away from the surface or any number of things we try to treat. But there's also cost involved in all those things. So we try to be very variant of our cost as well.
Okay.
So here you've got just sealing over the surface, and it sort of leaves some of the imperfections in the slab that you can see, but it does make it more functional. You know, that'd be really good for snow seasons when you're putting salt down and trying to melt that snow away. Of course, if you have an open slab, it's going to accept that and really leave all those harsh chemicals inside the slab and make things worse. Here you have where we grind and polish the concrete itself, and this serves its own purposes. And then down below, we have our coating systems that are made look like a synthetic stone. And the reason is because it can actually seal in, but it also hides any imperfections in the slab.
Okay, so first of all, people's garages have become showcases now. They want it to look pretty when they pull in at the end of the day. So this is very commonly done now in garages, right?
Yeah.
And I would think that slip resistant is a big draw.
Absolutely. So your car will actually drop gallons and gallons of water if you come in from the rain, as well as snow, and all those factors. You know, it ends up landing on your floor and melting, or precipitation building, and then it's slippery.
Right.
So bringing groceries in, carrying in a heavy something, getting kids out of the car, it's dangerous, you know, so that's been a factor a lot of people have brought up to us.
You know what gets me is when I take the trash out.
Yeah.
And then I come back in, if it's been rainy, depending on the shoe I have, sometimes I'll slide a little bit in my garage. So I know that one. Obviously, if you have a pool at your house, you want that surface to look pretty around it, but also to be safe.
Absolutely.
You can do that?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have different varieties of slip resistance. Of course, we don't want something that's going to be extremely slip resistant and way overqualified for certain spaces, right? So in your basement, you got socks on. You don't want to catch your socks on slip resistance that we build up inside the surface. But when we're barefoot and we don't have any kind of traction on our shoes like you would wear when you're in your garage or on your sidewalk most of the time, you got to have even extra slip resistance. And so we vary that based off of where it's installed.
So your people are going to come in and not just do a visual assessment, but a lifestyle assessment.
Absolutely.
Is that right? To guide customers to the right choice?
Every floor is custom. So, and it's because every install requires different needs based on the concrete that's there. And you would think a garage is a garage, but that concrete has a different lifespan. It's been exposed to different chemicals. It's been exposed to different wear and tear over the years it's been there. So it's all about finding the best solution for each customer. It's a custom experience every time.
2 minutes left. What is the lifespan? If you do the sanding down and the full treatment, how long will that last?
All of our floors are 15+ year floors.
Wow.
So we really take that into consideration as having the highest quality. So polished concrete, you'll see Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, they've all moved to it because it's a 20+ year floor. Because of how you maintain it, it can actually expand the life even more.
If you have some cracks in the concrete now, I guess the winter months are going to just advance that. So should you wait until spring to treat or do it now? No,
we can install year-round in the Tennessee Valley. So the greater Tennessee Valley, our temperatures are at a perfect time. So the thing is that it's ground temperature, not air temperature. So it's not about it being 20 degrees in the air. That slab itself is going to stay around 50 to 40 degrees. As long as it's above freezing, we can install. Okay. And when you're using ice melt, I can't express enough, it's very important how you use it. So we have a PSA that we'll show here that's just saying, step 1, make sure you don't use rock salt. Rock salt is the most aggressive of all the salts. Step 2, make sure you use it very as little as possible. You don't want to put a ton down because it just exposes that slab to more and more chemicals. And then lastly is having a sealed surface is better because it doesn't allow those chemicals to go into the slab and create problems or inside the cracks and pits. And lastly, of course, if you don't do this and you do it wrong and you bust up the concrete or create problems, give us a call and we can take care of you.
And even if you haven't done that, I'm sure there's some way he can improve the beauty and the functionality of your home, whatever concrete surface you may have. So 10 years in business, now you know where you found him and seen him around town. It's Chattanooga Floor Care, locally owned and operated. Chatfcs.com is the website, and there's their phone number as well. Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.